So
This conference will now be recorded.
in on a river cruise. Uh, some people, I just want to share that this is a great way to do it. It's a fabulous opportunity, but maybe some of y'all can't go in February. And if you can't, there are other opportunities to travel to at different ways, as well as if you want to add something. So today we're just going to talk about Cairo and eat the Nile River, which is a 10-night vacation. But if you decided you wanted maybe to add, go to Jordan or go someplace else, we can handle all that as well. So with that, let me go ahead and talk a little bit about Travel Central and who we are. I'll turn it over to our presenter who's from Luxury Gold. So Travel Central has been in business since 1988. Our only goal is to make sure that we use our expertise, our knowledge, and give advice from the moment you start planning your vacation to the moment you return home. We have one advisor who would be dedicated to you and your vacation. So if you had questions, needed to make changes, or just generally wanted to find out what's going on about your vacation, one advisor, you would just call that person and she'd be able to help you. We also, because we're a large organization called Signature Travel Network, we have incredible preferred partners like Luxury Gold who often offer incentives and exclusive experiences just for our travelers. So we are here located in New Orleans, but obviously service clients throughout the world. Um, so now what I'm going to do is turn it over to Mandy, who will talk a little bit about Luxury Gold, who they are, about why, why would you want to go on a vacation with them, as well as about the day by day of the trip to Egypt. So Mandy, thank you. I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here and good afternoon, everyone. I know you're here today to learn about this experience. You want to travel with Travel Central and YWES. And so that's what I'm here to do is tell you about Luxury Gold briefly and then dive into the day by day itinerary with this trip. So I'll go ahead and turn my camera off so that you guys can focus on our presentation today. And then Melinda is going to come back on after I go through the day by day itinerary and talk a little bit more about what you can expect as far as the highlights and some more of those important details, such as pricing and other great things. Luxury Gold offers small group tours. On average, we're about 20 guests on trip. We offer guests extraordinary VIP experiences, which often includes those after hour accesses into places that you want to see. Guests may personalize their day with included optional experiences and also the included sightseeing. Accommodations that we include are luxury five-star hotels. During our included meals, we offer a variety of amazing dining options for our guests. And while you're traveling with us, you're traveling with our traveling concierge who's with you from the start of the tour until the time that it's time to say farewell. On all of our trips, we include what we call a Make Travel Matter experience. This is an opportunity to give back to local communities that we are visiting. This is a unique experience that guests will only find when traveling with us. And it's an opportunity to connect with the locals, hear their story, and spend a few hours living the life of a local while we're in a destination. Exploring Egypt is yours exclusively to discover, from joining an Egyptologist to the pyramids of Giza to viewing the Temple of Luxor on a VIP after hour visit, topped off with a luxury Nile cruise. It'll be an unforgettable journey, and you are welcome to join us for this group on February the 17th through the 27th of 2024 as we explore Egypt. So let's dive into this itinerary and I'll go through the day by day with you. So upon arrival at Cairo Airport, your private chauffeur awaits to take you to the beautiful hotel. Today is your day to settle in and explore the city as you desire. Get a good night's rest because the next day we have some amazing experiences included for you. This morning, you'll join your Egyptologist to explore the impressive city of Giza. Proceed deep inside one of the pyramids. Admire the covert chambers where great pharaohs met their gods. Accompany your local guide to the step pyramid of Zazar, the first pyramid that Egypt's built more than 4,700 years ago. This evening, guests are in for a special treat. We watch and wonder as the pyramids of Giza are brought to life against the night sky by a mesmerizing presentation of sound and light. Hear the ancient tales of Egypt as these spectacular monuments are illustrated by giant scale productions. So this morning is another amazing day that we have planned for you. You'll join your traveling concierge and fellow travel companions for a short flight this morning over to Luxor. Today, we visit the vast forest of columns and the largest temple complex known to man, the most important place of worship in Egypt for nearly 800 years. Karnak is an extraordinary sight, and we get to spend some time there hearing about the history and exploring it. This evening, we board the river cruise and we're on River Tosca for our luxury Nile cruise. Experience the old world elegance of our ship blended with modern amenities and comfort. Outside on the sun deck, guests can enjoy the pool, shaded cabanas, and just relax and enjoy the scenery. On board our ship, on board our river cruise, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is included for our guest. The following day, we're visiting the magnificent Temple of Hathor, one of the best preserved temples in all of Egypt. Explore the complex to see the rare images of Cleopatra and others. Your travel companions will discover, your travel companions and your travel concierge, together, you guys will discuss and confirm your preference on your trip today. This is individualized to you, so you do have choices on board the river cruise. One of those choices is meet the boat captain in his engine cabin to learn about how he sails through the Nile and how knowledge has been passed down through generations. Or while cruising, you could participate in a relaxing yoga class on the sun deck as you pass by Luxor temples. So the day is yours to choose to spend as you wish. The next day, we are going to pause to view the spectacular colossal of Menon. This is an enormous twin statue, and it sits about 60 feet above the plain. So from here, we'll tour with our Egyptologists and discover the resting place of many pharaohs. We'll follow in the footsteps of the pharaohs as we walk into the Valley of the Kings and explore the magnificent burial chambers of Egypt's ancient rulers. This evening, you will experience a Nile Valley Gala Baya for a night of dancing and games on the river. This is a tradition that is often done on the river with guests, and it's a great opportunity to relax, enjoy an Egyptian dinner, and just take the opportunity to unwind and spend time with your traveling concierge and your cruise companions. The next day, we have a unique experience where we are going to cruise on the Nile in an elegant wooden small boat that you see here in the picture. So we get to see the botanical vistas of the Kitchener's Islands, admire the lush greenery of the islands as you travel throughout your vessel this afternoon. Arrive at Kom Ombu on the banks of the Nile, a unique double temple that is dedicated to two gods. See the mummified crocodiles that were created there for in honor of the gods. This evening, we're going to enjoy tea at the old Cataract Hotel as you gaze over the waters of the Nile River. This is a special spot. People such as Winston Churchill, Princess Diana, and many others have admired the view and sipped on the tea from this location. You might want to visit the lively Aswan market and shop for local products today as well. Traders sell a wide variety of Egyptian and African goods, such as sun-dried hibiscus, ancient Egyptian souvenirs, spices, carpets, and so much more. It's definitely a unique place to experience the culture. From here, we are going to walk along the columns and see the different monument sites. This area was rescued from a flood, and the UNESCO community came in and helped move this beautiful complex, these columns, one by one, all of these stones one by one, to the plains. So what I've heard about this special spot is it's so unique once you get there that you can't really see, as you look around the columns to see kind of how they moved and where they were cut, you can't see that on the columns themselves. And it's just something special because this was done years and years ago when they had to move the stones because of the flood. And you can't see how they put it back together. So they really did their best on moving the columns with the tools that they had at that time. Tonight, we visit a traditional home of a local and enjoy Nubian style hospitality as you learn a little bit about living the life of a local in this small village here in Nubian. This is one of this day here. We'll enjoy a relaxing start to our day. So we are going over to Embul's symbols, famous temples. You'll have a choice today to learn about the roles of the powerful women in Egypt's history, including famous leaders such as Queen Cleopatra. Or if you'd rather, you can relax on the sun deck for a cocktail demonstration and sample delicious drinks made from local herbs and ingredients. Some have which they've been around since the beginning of the pharaohs. So a lot of history here, and definitely something to enjoy on your river cruise. Today we visit the well-preserved Esna Temple, dedicated to the god of creation and waters. Learn about the parts of the temple that were built during different eras from a local historian. And this evening we will set sail to Luxor. So you'll enjoy your last evening on board your ship, on board your river cruise to Tuska. Today, enjoy sightseeing with your travel concierge, who will guide you through the most extensive collection with many important pieces of ancient Egyptian history. Then venture into the dazzling Khan el Halili Bazaar, where you'll find all kinds of unique pieces, stained glass lamps, handmade carpets. You'll smell the aromas of the traditional spices and just see people in their element from this area. On day 11, it's time to say farewell. We'll say farewell to our guest, and this ends our tour. Your tour does end with a private transfer to the Cairo airport, unless you decide to extend your stay, at which point Travel Central can help you do so. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Melinda so that she can share some highlights about the trip and what's included.
And I apologize, I should have told you this at the beginning, but anytime, if you have a question, if you can just write it in the chat box and we'll go over those questions together on the trip. So one of the things I heard when Mandy was talking, she kept reversing to ship versus boat, and you're actually going on a boat. It's only 80 passengers. If you haven't done a river cruise, it is one of the most popular ways to travel in Europe, but as well as Egypt, and there's some in Africa, obviously the Amazon River. It's nice because it's like a floating boutique hotel. It's 80 passengers. It has a beautiful dining room. It's all inclusive. It has a beautiful theater that everyone in the boat ship can fit on the theater for local entertainment and for local events. As she was talking about, like when they do this, one day, it's really kind of fun because I've done this, where you actually go to the market and you buy yourself an Egyptian outfit, and then that night you have an event that you wear Egyptian outfit and doing those kind of things. So some of the highlights, like she said, in Giza, you actually go to the pyramids and go in and have that light show on the pyramids. That's which obviously everybody wants to go to the pyramids of Giza. In Luxor, you meet the boat captain and then see his engine and learn about how it sails through the Nile. Something obviously, river cruising is so popular because rivers were the highways of the old world. And so whether it's in Europe or in Egypt, that's how people got around. And that is still one of the most popular things to do. Obviously, the Valley of the King, you don't actually go into King Tut's tomb, but you go by it. You can't go in it with a guide, but you can go into it. It's really empty, but you do go to the Egypt Museum, and hopefully by 2024, the Egypt Museum will actually be open and you can go into that. So those are some of the highlights. And then if you look at the next slide, we'll talk about what's included. So what's included is the 3 nights in Cairo, 2 nights at the beginning and 1 night at the end. Travel time. Once you board the river ship, you get on a river boat. It's called the River Tosca. As I said, it's a floating boutique hotel. It includes it basically includes everything. It includes all your excursions, all your drinks, all your dining, onboard entertainment, the flight between Cairo and Luxor. You'll have an escort the entire time, someone who's actually who's well versed in the history. We'll talk about hieroglyphics, talk about Giza, and do those kind of things. The nice thing about anytime you go on a guided vacation, they handle all the luggage for you. Have to do. They pick up your luggage by your door. Actually, at Luxury Gold, they'll pick your luggage up in your room. That's all included in there. All your hotel and restaurants are included. So it's definitely an all-inclusive vacation. And so for all of that, let's see. We should have do you have this pricing slide? So I think it's great. It's basically, this is without air, but it is $6,765. That is for the 10 nights in Egypt. Then you air from whatever destination you'll be traveling to. It's very simple to book. Basically, you put a $500 deposit down. We talk about travel insurance, obviously, and those kind of things. The air won't be, actually air is always 11 months prior, so we'll be booking air and getting real pricing on, we can give you estimates, but real pricing on air in March of this year. And then you pay your balance in October. So the book you just call Travel Central, and that's really simple. We do have two questions. One is, can you send us pictures of the boat? Great question. I'm gonna make a note of that. Thank you. Tomorrow I will be sending the follow-up email with the recording, and I'll actually include information on the boat specifically. I'm just making a note of that so I don't forget. And will you be visiting the gym? And is that the Egyptian Museum? If that is the Egyptian Museum when you're in Cairo, you absolutely do visit that. Any other questions? Fantastic. So we didn't talk about WIES and how this affects WIES is our local public TV station. They feature lots of great shows on New Orleans and our region, and they promote a travel club. In their travel club, actually, a portion of everyone's trip, whoever books this Egyptian trip, a portion of that goes to WIES as a fundraiser for them and as a donation to them. So thank you for join it, and hopefully you can support WIS by going on this trip to Egypt. It is a bucket list trip. People always ask me, is it time to book travel? It is so full. People are traveling, places are filling up, flights are filling up. The sooner you book, the better choices you have, the better cabin choices, the better air choices, those kind of things. Yes, the Grand Egyptian Museum, so that is correct. Somebody just referred to it. Finally, Travel Central, like I said at the beginning, is your ultimate resource. Our goal is to really answer your questions. We don't have all the answers, but we do have the resources to find everything you'll need. So our goal would be to make sure that from the beginning, from the planning point to the actual time you return from your trip, you have everything you need to have a seamless, stress-free as possible vacation. And finally, we just want to say thank you. We will have, like I said, we will have the recording on this. If you have any other questions, I will be sending out an email from Travel Central tomorrow. Feel free to either call me or to actually email us back, and we'll be happy to get all the different answers for you. Today was just an overview of the vacation. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope we gave you some great reasons to go, and we look forward to going to Egypt with you. Thank you. Someone asked about Petra, and I will address that in the email. I would do Petra, I would do Jordan for at least 3 to 4 days. Maybe not Petra, but Jordan.